There's a neat idea I came up with last night to sort of save my back. I put a seat up against that tree, and then I tied my life jacket so that I have something soft to sit on and to lean against. Not doing a fire this morning. I've decided not to do fires in the morning, and that makes it much safer when it comes time to leave. Bugs are out in full force this morning, so I'm going to get out the musk oil there and spray the hat. And this morning I think breakfast is a pancake and some cereal. I didn't bring a flipper with me when I came, so I made one up last night. Well, here I am at my first real portage of the trip. This portage is 550 meters, just over half a kilometer. Storm last night that I woke up to. It seemed to just get closer and closer and louder and louder. I got a little bit of rain. That's it. So I think I just caught the edge of that storm, and I'm thankful for that. I timed myself getting from my campsite to here this morning. I left at 9:36, and I believe I arrived here at 9:56. Yeah, that sounds right. So when I get home, I'm going to Google Earth that and get a good beat on what my real paddle time is with that double paddle. So far it looks like it's about 6 kilometers an hour. So that's pretty good, I think. Okay, well, I've done the portage, both trips. That was the first trip, minus the life jacket. This is the last chunk of the portage right here. First trip, I came down that. Second trip with the canoe, I worked my way down, like so. As for my homemade yoke pads, I didn't get the chance to use them. The curved yoke makes it difficult to tie the paddles at shoulder width, so I just went with the pad. I still got to hold on to the paddles as handles. I tell you, I don't feel the need to vomit like I have in the past, so that's a good sign. But hot. Talk about hot. I'm sweating like a priest at a Chuck E. Cheese. I drank all my water before I went back. Not smart, because now I have none, unless I want to pump some right now, which I don't. But I should. Well, here's High Falls Lake at the end of that portage. I've been around this area for, probably half an hour or so. I've been looking for the high falls and can't find them. But I think I got it figured out now. When you get to the end of the portage, you see this portage sign with the arrow pointing down. That points down there, where I was. But, if you want to find high falls, keep going, follow that trail. Okay, look for this big rock. Looks like it's been upended and there's trees growing around it. And follow around the rock to the left, and you really got to wrestle your canoe through here. And then straight ahead, and there'll be a pond or a bay or inlet or something up here. Okay, so here I am at the end of a nasty little triple carry. Maybe 90 meters or so, but man, it's rough. And I'm headed off that way, see if I'm right. I sure hope so. Okay, good news and bad news. The good news is I found high falls. Bad news is this is not the way to go. But I'm so close. I'm going to push through anyway. I was already almost there. I bet I'll find the trail once I get there. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to take this way back out. I had to stop and pump some water because I'm getting dehydrated. And when that happens, you can start making really silly decisions. Perhaps coming up here instead of looking harder for the path was one of those decisions. All I wanted to do was have lunch up at the falls. That's all I could think about. A smarter man might have said, how the hell with it. but that's what happens. Next thing I knew, I was portaging and fighting my way through the woods without stopping to think, hold on, this isn't right. Go find the right way. Oh well, live and learn. Drink your water. Well, here I am at Ooze Lake. I've just crossed Ooze Lake and I'm just about to head to Opalescent Lake. I wasn't too sure where the portage is. I didn't see a yellow marker, but I saw this white, bright white floating in the breeze there. So on a hunch I came check it out. There it is, Ooze Lake to Opalescent. I'm going to get a rope and tie that back on there, let the park know that that's about to come off. And check out what I just found. Some homemade yoke pads out of couch cushion foam. I expected it didn't work, so somebody left them here. I'm going to put them under that, see how that goes. Well, here I am cooking supper on my little stove right next to this awesome fire pit. It's kind of a shame, but it's very late in the day, it's very windy, I can't find any firewood. So I figure I'm going to have some supper first and then maybe think about a fire. It'd be a shame not to have a fire on this sacrificial altar here. This is quite a fire pit. Come to think of it, it's quite a campsite. This is often referred to as Bedrock or the Flintstones Campsite. First time I heard of it, it was just called the Stone Couch. To give you an idea of the wind, here's how I've done my tarp. I've put guy ropes on there on every single grommet, and I've done them in such a way to distribute the load evenly. That is the best I can do with that tarp. Another little trick I did, I tied a rope from where the poles in the tent cross at the top up to the tree, because the wind was starting to bend that tent quite a bit as well. Anyway, need to get some supper. This is my Condiments Pack. This is surprisingly easy to put together. This is syrup for my pancakes, which I didn't eat this morning. I got some ketchup here, which I'm going to have tonight. More ketchup, which I'm going to have with my craft dinner. And, oh, I'm giving away the secret here. I got butter for the craft dinner as well. I got peanut butter and I got jam, and I've already been into the peanut butter and jam. Where I got all this stuff? McDonald's. Couldn't believe it. I walked in there once. I got a couple of cheeseburgers and I said, hey, you might be able to give me some condiments that don't typically go on a cheeseburger, would you? And they said, yeah, sure. And so I got all that stuff. And then as I'm asking for it, another person comes up and says, hey, are you going camping? So maybe I'm not the first one to think of that. My wife gets credit for that. She told me to go to McDonald's. Good idea. Boiling up some water, have a tea, have some hot water for dishes. That tea kettle right there is my favorite way to boil water at the campsite rather than a pot. It whistles when it's done, and it has a lid and a bell handle. Even if it collapses into the fire, it's not going to spill a lot of water everywhere. I love it.